Welcome back to Half Moon's Picks, and happy holidays to you and your family. Hopefully we can win some extra money for Christmas this weekend, just before the holidays start. I thought I'd do my holiday video this week, as the next week will be on Christmas, usually when I film next week, and I'll wish you a happy holiday there as well. If you'd like this background, I have other channels as well. You can use that in your video. If not, just enjoy this one. Yeah, this ain't CGI or nothing. Anywho, last week I did exceptionally well. I went 4-2-1, almost did the 5-3. That would have been 3 weeks in a row. That would have been remarkable. My Twitter under and over with the Oakland game, did a push, and but I did give you a bonus game. I told you I wouldn't be giving you any more Lions games, but I couldn't help myself. Someone asked, did I have an extra under and over I liked this week? And I gave them the Lions under 40. So hopefully, I made that public. You guys got that. But like I said, I'm trying to stay away from the Lions game. Tell you more at the end of the video with the leans. Just a quick recap. I went 3-1 in my video. Again, losing my number one pick. It's that Thursday night game. It's that officiating crew, that Walt Anderson. Oh my goodness. He is like 90 years old and still officiating games. You could Google that yourself. Walt Anderson needs to be fired from the NFL, making horrible flags. I mean, there's so many pass interference every other play. That Kansas City should not have lost that game, but it is what it is. I gave you Indianapolis and Tennessee last week. Both of those were shutouts, by the way. And Philadelphia, who I got reamed by several people last week, as oh yeah, the Rams are going to kill them. I didn't even have a 9-point spread before they even announced Carson Wentz was going to be out, and it went up to 13, and they just in Philadelphia won outright. A lot of people are saying, oh, you're crazy, blah blah blah. Hey, this is money. This is numbers. It ain't about the game. It's about numbers. Who's going to win ATS wise? Betting the money. All right, that's all it's about, man. I'm not an Eagles fan. I'm not a Rams fan. It's just who I think is going to win at that number. All right. Like I said, 1-1-1 at Twitter. So I gave you with the Cleveland and Denver, the Saturday game is under 46, and the Oakland Cincinnati push 46. You could have probably got 45.5 on some books, so hopefully you did win on that one. And the Dallas, Indianapolis, that was a shutout, so Dallas didn't score any points, so I didn't get any over on that one. See what else? I gave you 4-2 in my Twitters. My Twitter, as far as the teasers go. That was, let's see, Arizona got blown out and Miami got blown out. So they didn't even make the cut. Even with, if you would have teased them to 13 points, they still would have lost. So, yeah, not a good selection there. But see, what else did I give you? I gave you 2 and 3 in my leans when we talk about it at the end of the video. I'm glad I make them leans because I'm not betting them. I bet like a half a unit on them, which but that's why they call them leans. They just don't make the grade for whatever reason. All right, so that's it. Just a quick recap. But like I said, happy holidays, and let's get on with the show. And my fourth pick of the week, we got the New York Giants traveling to the Indianapolis Colts. The New York Giants are a 9-point dog, and basically they're better on the road. That's basically how it is. The Giants are 6-1 ATS on the road. There's a 5-9 team. They have nothing to play for other than being a spoiler. They can potentially knock the Colts out of the playoffs on this game. So they're going to give it all. This is like their Super Bowl. Indianapolis, I think is a great team. They are good at home, but ATS-wise, they're only 3-1. They have won their last 2 games, Indianapolis. And one thing I love about the Giants, I love when it comes to betting, period. Every time a team gets shut out, the following week they play twice as hard. Look at the Colts. Remember they got shut out by the Jacksonville Jaguars? They went into Houston and beat the Texans. And so I think it's the same scenario type here. Giants, end of the season, nothing to play for. Can potentially knock out the Colts out of the playoffs and with a loss to them. And they're better on the road for whatever reason. So I'm taking the New York Giants +9. My third pick of the week, we got the Cincinnati Bengals traveling to the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns are a 7-point home favorite. And Cleveland, they're in the hunt. They have a chance of making they got a lot that they need for them to make it into the playoffs. But who would have thought? They went 0-16 last year and may make it into the playoffs. There's a guy in Denver, where Cleveland played Denver last week. A guy in the stand saying, "You mean there's still a chance?" A Browns fan. Oh my goodness, that was so funny. But basically, yeah, Cincinnati. What they got? They got Driscoll. They got a backup quarterback, and they got Driscoll, the Mixon. They played a good game against Oakland last week. There's a lot of turnovers. That was an ugly game. Cleveland's playing knockout at home, and a little bit of a revenge factor here. The last 4 games, Cincinnati traveled to Cleveland. They've been blown away. Look. 31-7, 23-10, 37-3, 30-0. So I'm sure the Browns, just on pure spite, want to beat the crap out of the Bengals when they arrive. So I'm taking Cleveland -7. My number 2 pick of the week, we got the Chicago Bears traveling to the San Francisco 49ers. The Chicago Bears are a 4-point road favorite. And basically how this works is Chicago's 1 game behind the Rams. If the Rams should lose for whatever reason, Chicago would have the tiebreaker and take that 2nd seat. They would love to have the week off, so they're going to play lights out. They have the number 3 ranked defense. They're 10-4, as San Francisco's 4-10. And it's only a 4-point spread. I don't see San Francisco doing much on this defense. San Francisco played their Super Bowl against Seattle and won last week. So they have really not much to play for. So I'm thinking Chicago Bears -4. And my number 1 pick of the week, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys are a 7-point home favorite. And as I look at this game more and more, I can't believe it's only 7 points. Let me run down some of the information I found out for you. Tampa Bay, back-to-back road games. Tampa Bay, the number 28 ranked defense. Like I said, they're on a 2-game loss. They're 5-9. They are 1-6 on the road straight up. 0-4 in Dallas in the last 4 meetings. The last time Tampa Bay beat Dallas in Dallas was 2001. That was the last leg of Emmitt Smith's career in Dallas. And basically, they had a backup quarterback at the time with Quincy Carter, which I've never heard of. Brad Johnson was their quarterback, and it was, it was a close game. So basically, Dallas, they have the number 5 defense, and like I said earlier, I love a team that's coming off, didn't score any points. They scored a goose egg in Indianapolis last week, and they're going to play twice as hard. So Dallas is going to play twice as hard. Tampa Bay has nothing to play for. They're out of the playoffs. Dallas is 4th seat right now, and they need to continue to win to keep their division the lead and their playoff hopes alive. So give me Dallas -7. Well, that's it. It's already week 16. Christmas is already here. I want to thank every one of you who's actually gone to my sponsors at the end of the video. I didn't have to throw them in the middle of the video. I didn't have to talk about them much. I want to thank you for those who signed up and keep this channel alive. I really do appreciate that. And I'm glad you guys come back every week. So I've been on a roll since, what, 4 weeks in a row now since the Twitter post, 4 weeks ago, and giving you winners just for the holidays. I'm not here to pat myself on the back like most people, but I'm just letting you know I've been banking it. I don't know about you guys. Hopefully you guys are still staying with me. All right, let's go the rest of the games. So let's see, Washington at Tennessee. Washington's 10-point dog. You know, this is a Saturday game. Again, we got 2 Saturday games. The 4 o'clock game. Washington, you know, they're still in the hunt, believe it or not. Tennessee is in the hunt as well. 2 teams that are matched up. I think this might be a close game. I know a lot of people are taking that Washington, that 10 points, and I might too. But it's just, you know, you don't know. You got a backup quarterback. Washington's really severely injured. Tennessee's at home, so that's what I didn't like about it. But I probably play that, you know. Plus they're on back-to-back road games. Washington is. They played exceptionally well last week. The odds of, you know, Washington, you know, as being as beat up as they are, actually winning this game. But all they have to do is come close, 10 points. So I might take that Washington plus the 10. That's just too many points, especially Tennessee, who's not a big scoring team. So. All right, hopefully I won't talk too much like I did last week. Oh my gosh, did I talk way too much. All right, the next Saturday night game, Saturday football game is the 8 o'clock game. We got Baltimore traveling to the Chargers. The Chargers are 4.5-point favorite. Again, you know, Chargers, you know, they're a complete team. Great offense, great defense. Baltimore, you know, they got an excellent defense as well. Should be a low-scoring affair. 4.5 points, that's like right on the line, you know. So the key numbers are 3, 4, and 7, and you're right smack dab in the middle. Plus you give it, you know, 3 points to the home team, and then it's what, 1.5 points if the Chargers might win this game. So yeah, stay away from that game. I'm not gonna bet on it, you know, but yeah, I'm rooting for Baltimore, you know, but I know the Chargers will probably win this game, so I just gotta stay away. I'm not betting on that game. See, next would be Buffalo at New England. 13-point dog. The Buffalo Bills are. Buffalo Bills. What can I say? The 13 points, man. New England back-to-back losses, and the odds of them losing this game are slim to none. They might just blow Buffalo out of the water. Last year it was 37-16, so yeah, that would cover the spread. So I'd expect the same here. Maybe a tease, take that Patriots, tease it down. That's probably the key thing to do. All right, so Atlanta at Carolina. Carolina, their offense is so bad. I mean, you know, I bet on them on the Monday night game. I had them at Carolina. Plus, you know, as a home dog, you always take the home dog. Plus, what was it, 6.5? Yeah, Carolina plus 6.5. Man, they're just offense is just stagnant. The defense did everything. They scored everything. Got their whole 9 points that they got, 9-12. So held the Saints 12 points. And Cam Newton, man, he just doesn't look right. He's just like, what the heck's going on? So I can't bet on Carolina on this game. Atlanta would be probably the way. I know their offense is clicking. They're playing like it was their Super Bowl against the Cardinals last week, jumping around. Yeah, we're gonna win this game. You're playing the Cardinals. Come on, you know. Even the Lions beat the Cardinals. So, excuse me. I'll take Atlanta on that one. Next will be Jacksonville at Miami. Jacksonville, And that's another team that just can't get it together. It's only a 4-point favorite. The Miami seems to be the number 2 bet here. Yeah, it should have. Miami at home are like unbelievable. On the roads where they really stink. Jacksonville, you know, their defense shows up sometimes, but usually on divisional games. So yeah, I'm definitely leaning Miami minus the 4 on this one. So I expect the spread to go up as well. Next will be Houston at Philadelphia. Another lean. One thing in betting, you have certain rules. Like I picked Philadelphia last week. I'm not going to pick them again this week, just for the fact that, you know, I beat the curve. And now everybody else is going to be jumping on Philadelphia. So the object is to beat the trend before it starts. So everybody's going, oh, it's going to be just like last year. You know, and they're going to the playoffs, blah, blah, blah. I said that last week, you know. This week, the whole public's going to be on it. So you want to avoid that bet. So this looks like it'd be a good game if they can continue the trend. Houston is on back-to-back road games. And I would lean Philadelphia on this. Yeah, definitely take Philadelphia at home. But you know, like I said, I played them last week, so I'll play them this week, but maybe on a half a unit. You know. Next we got the Minnesota Vikings at Detroit. Oh my goodness, here we go. Minnesota is 5.5-point favorite. Detroit, Detroit actually has a good ATS record. They've been playing exceptionally well. If you've been betting on them all year, you've been winning money. Well, whether they have a losing record, they're only 5-9. They were lost last week in Buffalo, but they still covered. Here is Minnesota. You know, they're just, you know, they're in 6th seat right now. They're just barely hanging on to their wild card game. So Detroit, you know, I know this division so well. I remember once the Lions were like 9-6. They just needed one more win to make the playoffs, and we played the Bears. Only won a couple games that year, and the Bears have played their heart out just to get us, and that was their Super Bowl, just to knock it. They played spoiler. We love playing spoiler in this division. The Lions is a perfect spot to play spoiler against Minnesota. Just keep that in mind. Everybody's like, oh, Minnesota fired their, you know, offensive coordinator. They played exceptionally well last week. Now they got to go into Detroit, a losing record. People are betting up on this Minnesota. It's a divisional game. Detroit, watch out, spoiler. Just letting you know. I would have picked them on my, you know, top 4, but I promised you last week, I'm not going to pick the Lions no more. I just, you know, I like the Lions, but spoiler. That's all I got to say, spoiler. Just look at the numbers right there. Next. We got the Green Bay Packers traveling to the New York Jets. This is the number 3 public bet. And the Jets is at home against Packers. You see how bad Aaron Rodgers, you know, my divisional yearly picks before the season started, I said either Green Bay's going to do well, you know, because Aaron Rodgers is back, or he's not going to be the same. He had all those screws put in his collarbone. It was the second surgery he had. He had an injury on his other collarbone as well, but on this one was his throwing arm. He got twice as bad. I was like, I forgot what it was, like 20 screws or no, that wasn't. 7 screws, I think, something like that. And it's affecting. You can see he's not throwing as accurate as he usually does. So I don't know if it's because of the surgery or whatnot. They are 0-7 straight up on the road this year. Have not won a road game yet, and 5-1 ATS on the road, even worse. So you can't bet on them on the road. So everybody's jumping on the Jets. And who are the Jets? Jets are what, 4-10. They're 2-5 at home, 2-4-1 ATS at home. And so I mean, that's how bad Aaron Rodgers is playing right now. So you know, stay away from this game. You know, yeah, they're just 2 bad teams right now. Next, we got the Rams at Arizona. Man, it's like a 14-point spread. Man, just for taking the home dog, Arizona plus 14. It's a betting thing. 14, you're taking double digits at home. That's all it is. So you take Arizona. That's what I'm betting on. Just not much of a lean, but that's what I'll be betting on. Just sure fact of 14 points for home favorite, even though Arizona's a horrible team. And everybody's going to be on the Rams. I'm going to wait till maybe near game day if I can get over 14, and then I'm going to lay a couple dollars on it. Then we got Pittsburgh at New Orleans. Pittsburgh, 6-point dog on the road. This is the #1 bet right now. Currently is the Pittsburgh plus the 6. New Orleans ain't scoring like a ton of points like they used to earlier in the season, but they are 12-2, and they are on a 2-game win streak. They had 3 games on the road. They won 2 of them, the last 3, and they are they're like a couple games ahead of the Rams, who were they 1 game behind the Rams. Plus they have the tiebreaker. So the Saints, don't have to play the hardest. They could lose a game, and even if the Rams do win against Arizona, it's most likely, they'll still have the tiebreaker. So, Pittsburgh, they need to win. If they lose this game, it's see you next year. It's most likely, and the Ravens will take that division if they win. And they played the Chargers, so they can both lose. You never know. But both of them are going to be playing, but they'll know it by the time. And so you probably want to bet this, later in the day after you know if Baltimore won or not. All right, I'm running out of memory here. All right, next we got the Kansas City Chiefs traveling to Seattle. It was a great game. Kansas City still actually has the #1 offense. Seattle's still in it. They're in their 5th seat. They're clinging on to their playoff wild card game as well. Can't really afford any losses after that bonehead loss in San Francisco. I can't believe Seattle lost that. I think the rain affected that game some. But still, that's no excuse for Seattle. Kansas City, they are the 1st seat in the AFC, and this should be a great game. It's hard to say who to pick. I'm rooting for Seattle. May throw a few bucks on the home dog, and wait. Hopefully, see this line go up to 3 and take Seattle. See Denver at Oakland. 2 horrible teams. Who do you go with? They're literally 2-game loss with Denver. They've been playing horrible the last couple weeks. Oakland lost, in Cincinnati last week. And they're 3-11. This is a horrible Monday night game. Just spend your Monday with your family. Don't watch this game, and definitely don't bet on it. I would say maybe an under. Maybe, depending on what the line is. I'll have to look at those. It's like follow me on Twitter if you want to see my under and over picks. I usually post them Friday or Saturday. And I want to, like I said, I want to especially thank those who watched the video at the end with all my sponsorship. And I hope you and your family have a great, happy holidays. Thanks for stopping by again, and I will see you next week. Peace. You enjoy placing a few bucks on your favorite team? Maybe try your hand at cards or on the slot. Use me as a reference and click the link in the description below and receive a new member bonus and help support this channel. Bovada, just better. IPTV service with over 2,000 channels, HD and 4K, VOD, PPV, and the Sunday Ticket. 24/7 channels and so much more. All this starting at $10 a month. Go to halfmoon.kstreams.tv to sign up, find out more.